You know how it starts. One innocent scroll through Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, just passing the time, right? But then suddenly, your feed is wall-to-wall crochet. Sweaters, blankets, cute little amigurumi animals you never even thought about before, and just like that, you're trapped. At first it seems harmless. You're just admiring the creativity, saving a few posts for later, but then you start seeing it everywhere. Oh, the algorithm knows, and it's coming for you. Now, every time you open your phone, it's just crochet left and right. Does that sound familiar? If so, congratulations. You might be on the path to a full-blown crochet addiction. But don't worry, you're not alone. Today, we're breaking down the 10 stages of a crochet addiction. Let's talk about it. You start off casually scrolling Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, just minding your business, and then it happens. You like only one crochet post. Maybe you watch a single tutorial for too long. That's all it really takes. Now the algorithm has you in a chokehold. Every scroll is crochet. Every video is a pattern you absolutely need to try. Your feed is basically a never-ending crochet lookbook. And at this point, resistance is useless. You're seeing beautiful handmade sweaters, intricate granny squares, aesthetic yarn hauls, and you start thinking, wait, I could do this. Oh, my friend, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. As you fall deeper into the rabbit hole, you start making some shocking discoveries. Did you know how many celebrities crochet? Hilary Duff, a whole crocheter. Katy Perry, she's out here with the hook. Cher, Aretha Franklin, legends only. And that just fuels the obsession, because if they can do it, so can you. Then it happens. You see the project, the one that stops you in your tracks. It's perfect, it's trendy, it looks so easy, and suddenly you're absolutely convinced that you can make it, even though you've never even held a crochet hook before. How hard could it be, right? So where do you go? The same place every creative goes when they're about to make either the best or the worst decision of their life: YouTube University. And from that moment on, there's no turning back. After countless YouTube tutorials, pausing, rewinding, and maybe a few frustrated sighs, you did it. You finished your very first crochet project. It's a little wonky and the stitches are technically not even, but that doesn't even matter, because now you are unstoppable. And instead of just celebrating this win and moving on, you do what every new crocheter does. You start a to-do list. At first, it's reasonable. A couple projects, a scarf, maybe a hat, but then the list, it grows. A sweater, a full-size blanket, a tiny stuffed frog wearing a hat. Before you know it, you've got 25 projects lined up, all things that you're 100% convinced that you'll finish. At this point, if you actually keep your list, you'd have to finish one project a week just to keep up the pace. But you don't panic, because in your mind you're thinking, yeah, I can totally do it. And just like that, you're in way too deep. Naturally, more patterns means more yarn. That's just common sense, right? But somehow, your yarn shopping habit starts to take a life of its own. At first, you're buying yarn for specific projects. A couple of skeins here, a few there, but then it happens. You walk into a craft store just to take a look, which is a rookie mistake. And there it is, a brand new Lion brand yarn. It's on sale, it's crazy soft. And in that moment, you know you don't have a project for it, but you also don't care. Because at this point, yarn isn't just about the project, it's about the experience, the thrill of the find, the feeling of squishing the new skein, the endless possibilities. So you grab a few skeins, okay, maybe a lot, and you tell yourself, I don't have a plan for this yet, but I will eventually. Fast forward a few months, and now your stash has officially outgrown its storage bins. You have yarn under your bed, stuffed in your closets, maybe even hidden in a few random tote bags like some kind of fiber squirrel. At this point, your collection is so massive, it practically needs its own zip code. But hey, you're never gonna run out of options, right? You start making progress on your projects, but somehow they're multiplying. At first you were focused, one project at a time, but then you stumbled across another pattern you just had to try, and then another. And before you know it, your house is starting to look like a fiber explosion. Half-finished hats everywhere, a cardigan that just needs one more sleeve, a blanket that's supposed to be a weekend project but now turned into a multi-year commitment. They're all on the couch, stuffed in bags, tucked away in corners. You even find one in your car. But did you finish them? No. Do you stop starting new projects? No, because there are just too many ideas, too many patterns, and not enough time. Every day you're seeing yet another design that you can't resist. A trending crochet stitch, you need to try it. A color combo that you never considered before, that's going on the list. And at this point, your crochet queue is longer than your Netflix watch list. And honestly, you wouldn't have it any other way. Suddenly everyone in your life is getting handmade gifts. Birthdays, crochet. Christmas, crochet. A random Tuesday, surprise, you get a crochet hat. At this point, you've convinced yourself that no occasion is complete without yarn. Your coworker mentions that they're feeling chilly. Here's a scarf. Your friend gets a new apartment. Guess who's getting a handmade blanket? Your cousin has a baby on the way. You're already halfway through a tiny cardigan and matching booties. But here's the thing, your work must be appreciated. You spent hours making that gift. You carefully chose the yarn, followed or modified the perfect pattern, and stitched every single row with love. So if someone reacts with a simple, "Oh, thanks," instead of a full gasp of admiration and gratitude that your masterpiece deserves, that's it, they're done. No more crochet gifts for them ever. You'll happily keep your handmade goodness for people who get it, people who will gasp at the stitch work, run their fingers over the texture, and immediately put it on while exclaiming, "Oh my gosh, did you make this?" Because at the end of the day, crochet gifts aren't just gifts, they're acts of love, and if you don't appreciate it, well, enjoy yourself a store-bought scarf. This is the moment you become a yarn snob. Once upon a time, you were happy with any skein that was soft and on sale, but now you judge yarn. Oh, acrylic? I only use natural fibers now. You scroll through craft stores like a true connoisseur, running your fingers over every skein whispering, "Oh yes, this one has excellent drape, but is it breathable?" You start checking your fiber content like a nutrition label. 80% acrylic? Absolutely not. Suddenly, the yarn from your local Michaels just isn't good enough anymore. You need imported, hand-dyed, ethically sourced, one-of-a-kind yarn that was spun by a small family business in Italy. Bonus points if it was hand-dyed with organic wildfires by an indie fiber artist who only sells at exclusive yarn festivals. And the timing of the stage is absolutely tragic because now you've already acquired mountains of yarn, stash bins, shelves, entire closets filled with perfectly good yarn, but suddenly it's just not good enough. You stare at your collection thinking, what am I supposed to do with all of this acrylic? Your art has evolved, your craftsmanship has leveled up, and now your projects require only the best. So naturally, you do what any logical person would do. You buy more yarn. You're at a party, mingling, maybe sipping on your drink, and someone hits you with the classic icebreaker. Tell me a fun fact about yourself. Without hesitation, without even thinking twice, you say, "I crochet." That's it. That's a fun fact. No follow-up, no explanation, just straight facts. At this point, crochet isn't just a hobby, it's your entire personality. Your friends could list a million interesting things about you, but no, you crochet and that's what you lead with, because honestly, what could be cooler? And then the reactions start rolling in. "Oh wow, my grandma used to do that. You must be so patient. You should totally make me something." At this point, you don't just crochet, you identify as a crocheter. Your social media bio says it, your wardrobe reflects it, your phone case probably has crochet-related stickers on it. Crochet has officially taken over your life, and you wouldn't have it any other way. This is when you've officially reached peak obsession. Crochet is no longer just something you do, it's a lifestyle now. And now you travel for it. Fiber festivals, you're there. Yarn markets, you've got your tote bag for it. Crochet retreats, you're already planning next year's retreat before this year's even happens. At this point, a vacation isn't about sightseeing anymore, it's about yarn hunting. You're mapping out every local yarn shop before you even book your hotel. You have a suitcase dedicated just for the yarn that you plan to bring back. If you forget souvenirs, you're coming home with a hand-dyed alpaca blend from a farm you randomly found in the countryside. And let's be real, there's something about being surrounded by fellow yarn lovers that just hits you a little bit different. You finally have people to gush over fiber content with, debate about hook sizes with, rant about the audacity of non-crocheters who ask for a free blanket. Normal people go to music festivals, but you're out here fangirling over every indie yarn dyer and touching every skein in sight. At this point, you don't just crochet, you live crochet. You've lost all control. Crochet has taken over your life and you never saw it coming. You dream about crochet. You wake up with new product ideas that were delivered straight from the crochet gods. And your phone is overloaded with saved patterns. So many that you could probably crochet nonstop for the next 10 years and not get through them all. And let's talk about your job for a second. Because honestly, you've considered quitting. Like seriously considered it. You imagine waking up, grabbing your hook, and crocheting all day every day without a single email or work meeting interrupting you. Because that sounds like a dream. And at this point, the only logical step is to start your YouTube channel. I mean, you've already started thinking about crochet 24/7. You've got options, techniques, and a stash big enough to last multiple lifetimes. So why not share it with the world? And that, my friend, is how the cycle continues. Welcome to the final stage of your crochet addiction. There's no turning back now. Okay, let's be real for a second. What stage are you at? Are you still just admiring crochet from a safe distance, telling yourself, I could quit before it gets too serious? Or are you deep in the trenches, drowning in yarn, with projects in every corner of your house? Maybe you were totally unaware of this addiction, but watching this video already made you enter stage 1. If that's the case, I am so sorry, but also welcome, because it's too late now. And if you hit a stage that I didn't even mention, tell me in the comments below. I want to know what other chaos exists in the crochet universe. If you had fun hanging out with me, make sure you give this video a thumbs up for more crochet inspiration, laughs, and a little enabling, because let's be honest, we all need someone to encourage our yarn habits. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I've hit these stages out of order, some of them way too many times. It's a never-ending cycle, but hey, that's the life of a crocheter. But that's it for today, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye!